Jalen, from the podium, O-linemen don't get a lot of publicity. How do you know at the end of the game that you have had a good game?
As an offensive lineman, I know for me, I never feel like I had that great game because I always critique myself. I'm my biggest critic. And going in that film room, you think you had a great game, but when you in the film room with Coach Mirabal, you might be like, damn, maybe I didn't have that much of a great game. But as me, as a lot of the people in our room, you never feel like you had a great game because we always want to be better each day, and that's how you get better. You never want to be complacent. So after the end of the game, you think you have a great game, you shouldn't, because you should always look for room for improvement.
Follow the center aisle up and then to the right, gentlemen in the lavender pullover.
Faxon Childress, 105.5 The Roar. As offensive linemen and in a league with so many great defensive linemen going up against you, what do you feel like your role is to set the tone in the game and kind of establish the trenches early?
I mean, we get that pretty early because we get that a lot during practice. We have a lot of, defensive linemen in our program right now that get us ready for the games. For when we go into games, we're really prepared. We got Ruben Bain, we got Akeem Mesidor, we got Tyler Barron, Elijah Austin, the list goes on. So when we go against these guys that have a great defensive line, it's no problem, and we're ready for that challenge.
Jalen, to your left, the gentleman against the wall.
Historically, when Rob Johnson, Legacy Maker Sports Network. Historically, when Miami's been good, they've had great offensive lines. What kind of advice have you gotten from past great players on that O-line of what you can do to have success?
I mean, speaking of recently, we had our Legends Camp, and a lot of the alumni came back, and we got a lot of great feedback. And instead of coaching the little kids, we got a little time with the alumni and teaching or hearing technique that they use in their past experience as an offensive lineman in the league and in college, and they're just spewing that all to us and teaching us. So it was a great learning moment, and I'm excited to use that, in my game.
Jalen, staying on the left, second row.
Mayor Dungemont, the Players Lounge, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
So Coach Cristobal gave us some insight to the unbreakable culture at Miami. How do you assume that responsibility as you carry it out onto the field as a top offensive performer?
Yeah, so it's very important as a guy this is my 5th year, so it's important for me to really learn all the things that I learned in my past times here. And just pushing that on to the younger guys. And, I've experienced a lot throughout my time here, and so has other leaders. So learning from other leaders and learning my experience as a player in this offensive line or in this room or in this program is important for me to, see what I learned and see what other people have learned as leaders and put that to the younger guys and put that more into my teammates as well so we can be a cohesive and, successful unit.
Jalen, your last question here from the podium. You had 19 offers coming out of high school, literally from A to V. You're a Florida guy. You stayed in the Sunshine State.
Oh, yeah. That was, I always wanted to be in the vicinity of my hometown, Jacksonville, Florida. So it was important for me to just stay in Florida. And luckily and fortunately, I ended up in Miami Hurricane. So I'm excited to be my Hurricane. This is my 5th year being my Hurricane, and I will always be a Hurricane.